Month by the governor, and I know our chairman doesn't like all the accolades. We understand that, but our students really appreciate all the work
Love
that
watching our kids
yes,
do
our
this.
kids are so excited to be here tonight. So the designated School Board Appreciation Month to help build awareness of the crucial role school board members play in our communities and our schools. Board members realize that their actions and decisions affect the present and future lives of our children. Recognizing board members for this commitment and sacrifice takes a combined effort on the part of all that you serve, administrators, school staff, students, and the community. Tonight, our students are here to publicly thank each of you for the hard work and dedication you provide on their behalf. So we will begin in this order from Baldwin Elementary School, and I will read all of them so then you can know where you should come in. From Baldwin Elementary School, they will honor Mr. O'Hanlon. Mr. Albrecht will be honored by Jenny Dean. Hayden Elementary will honor Mr. DeMaria. Round Elementary, Mrs. Williams. Weems Elementary, Mrs. Kiefer. Mayfield Intermediate and Metz Middle Schools will honor Mrs. Seberg. And Osborne High School, Mr. Williams. Baldwin Elementary.
Good evening, Chairman DeMaria and Dr. McGorrick, members of the board, and Mr. O'Hanlon. It is our pleasure from Baldwin Elementary to say thank you to you tonight for your dedication to our community, and now that you've joined the school board so that you can, we're very excited to have you on our team and representing our city in this way and advocating for our girls. And so tonight I'd like to introduce Miss Rebecca Bowen. She is the faculty advisor for our Fly Girls program at Baldwin, and she's going to share with you a little information about that program.
Hello. Fly Girls stands for Future Leading Young Girls. And what we really strive to do with our 3rd and 4th grade participants is show them different paths that they can take to help lead the future. That might be anything from what career options they can take or service projects they can do. Currently, we are making care baskets for the elderly to go to a retirement home to brighten their rooms and brighten their days. And we are thinking about taking a field trip looking at different career opportunities that they might be able to have in the future and what they can do to get there. We frequently have speakers come and talk to our ladies. We try to really promote those female powering roles. Just a few weeks ago, we had a member of the Manassas City Police Department come and speak to our ladies about what it means to serve there and what it takes to really get into that role. So we're very proud of our ladies, and they have something they'd like to say.
Thank you, Mr.
Oh, yes.
Take a picture. Everybody gets a picture.
That's right.
Yep. You're laughing at me, weren't you?
Right, move out of the way, right. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Baldwin.
Good evening. I bring you greetings from Jenny Dean Elementary School. We're honoring Mr. Albright this evening. I present to you the Jenny Dean students, and they're under the direction of our library media specialist, Mrs. Simmons.
Thank you. No, I can't see anything.
We got a dance guy.
It's not unusual to be inspired by you. We wanna
thank you for the things that you do. In 2000 when you came to share your views, it's not unusual to be inspired by you. Inspired by you. It's not unusual our schools are water wars. You listen carefully where others did ignore. When you came to sit on the school board, it's not unusual, elected 5 times, vision to inspire. You made it happen all the time. Chair and vice chair, chair is good in school. We're glad to have you all this time. It's not unusual to be inspired by you. We want to thank you for the things that you do. Thank you for the things you bring to see us choose. It's unusual to be inspired by you. 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 Ava, begin. Begin. All right, walk over there.
Thank you for being a 16-plus year veteran of the school board of the city of Manassas and County. Thank you, Mr. Saul Albright, for encouraging community engagement. Thank you for being an effective leader.
Thank you, Mr. Albrecht, for being an advocate for student success in Belo.
Thank you for serving on the school board. Thank you for being elected.
All right, and we also have the song for you.
It's really inspiring for you guys and what you guys did for white people like I wanted to do. Before Mr. DeMary says where he is, I remember when the song came out.
They're former Dean students.
Everybody.
Make sure I can get everybody. Okay, we good? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry.
Good job, everybody. Thank you.
Are you gonna dance or?
Give me the opportunity.
You have just... Good job.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're such a good helper. This is an extra reason for us to thank you tonight. I would love for you to stay here, Chairman Demaria, because we are lucky enough to be able to thank you. And I do want to say it's always a bit of a challenge, Dr. Jones, to follow Dean, because your show is always amazing. We are going to change the show a little bit. We're going to move down into some Dr. Seuss appreciation with my second grade team. Every year, we pick a different grade level to honor our school board member, and this year, we are so lucky to have our second grade friends. We've created the Hayden Hawk Feather of Appreciation, because as most people know, we are the Hayden Hawks, and so we wanted to represent it that way. And so I have Hannah, Samantha, and Nordy here to read you a poem inspired by Dr. Seuss, who's having a birthday, along with you, Miss Radford, this week. All right, ladies, nice and close.
The title of our poem is Inspired. School is the place where leaders are made. Teachers inspire them to get a good grade. When students and teachers love what they do, they make school so fun for me and for you. Thank you, Mr. Demaria, for supporting and inspiring us. Hayden Hawks, 2017.
Girls, show them where you're headed. So all of our second graders have feathers here to represent their names. All right, let's get a picture. He won't like it.
I'm hard anyway, a little bit. It's actually the bad. I came from my escape tunnel.
Actually, wasn't that uncomfortable. Big deck.
I'll move this down. Good evening. Thank you very much for having us. Chairman Demaria, Dr. McGorrick, members of the board. We are very honored tonight to be honoring one of our newest board members. We're excited about the possibilities come up in the coming years. We have a couple things. First of all, we wanted to highlight two very important things in our school, one being our student leadership, our SCA. So here we have a couple members of our SCA. None of it would be possible without the leadership of our teachers, though, so I want to recognize Mrs. Evans, one of our fourth grade teachers, Mrs. Womble, the kindergarten teacher, and Mrs. Roop, our counselor, all help our SCA. And of course, Mrs. Drummond, our music teacher over here. We felt like after that amazing performance of all city chorus that we had to bring some of our very talented youth here. So I'm going to start with our SCA members. They're going to take over.
We're from Round Elementary, and we're here tonight to thank Miss Williams for all she does for us. W is for Willie. She is willing to sacrifice time for us. I is for important. Being a school board member is an important position because they make decisions that help teachers and students. L is for leadership. She is a leader of all our schools in Manassas City. L is for loyal. She is loyal to all students, staff members, and teachers. I is for interested. She is interested in everything that will help students be successful. A is for ambition. She has the ambition to work hard. M is for motivator. She is a motivator of students, staff members, and teachers. S is for students. Students always come first for her. Thank you, Mrs. Williams. We appreciate you.
Everybody look this way. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Thank you, Round.
Good evening, Chairman DeMaria, Dr. McGork, members of the school board. We appreciate all of you during this month and really every day. So we're here to honor somebody that we inspire, Mrs. Kiefer. We appreciate everything that you do. I have some special people here that appreciate what you do, and we actually brought some of our leaders as well. This year was our first year that we've had an SCA, Student Council representative from kindergarten all the way through 4th grade, and I have our school counselors who lead that through the PBIS mission. So I have them here, and I'm going to turn it over to them, but you're wearing your Wildcat red, and I have it here, so you rock. All right.
So we have members from the student council. They're going to read a little poem for you, and first they're going to say what they want to be when they grow up.
Someday I like to be a doctor. Someday I like to be a football player. Someday I like to be working in agriculture. Someday I like to be a boat engineer. Lord, how the flowers and I see the recognition. Today we thank you and appreciate your efforts. As a public school student, I have the school that you feel you want. Please know that all students at Hughes Elementary are reaching for a future. You need today so we can be tomorrow. This is a rock I built for you. Show your pride, respect for responsibility, helping others, follow the Lord of the world, and never lives up on him. You are an honor. We rock I built for you. Please take a book every time you read.
Leaders are respectful and responsible. Last, they guide those who are lost.
This is our sweet treat for you, and this was made for our tech classes and news elementary. Would you like to see it?
It was made in our TAG culinary classes.
Mr. Whitman, if you want to put it here and you need the picture.
All ready? Here we go. Start. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Okay. All right, thank you.
There you are, Mommy.
All right, good evening, Chairman DeMaria, Dr. McGork, members of the board, and Mrs. Seberg. Tonight, Mayfield and Metz are honoring you, Mrs. Seberg, for your service to the board. So we started thinking about this, and we thought, well, you know, a lot of us have known you for a very long time, and we have seen you all around the schools. So at Mayfield, we have a lot of really talented artists this year, and we started talking to these artists, and they decided to honor you at Mayfield in a very special way. I'm going to have Amber come on up and explain what we have here that is framed.
So what we have is the different things that you have done, like the 4-H and Girl Scouts and work for the PTA and charity in the Manassas City Public School Board.
And Abby, right here, holding this, is one of our very talented artists at Mayfield, so she's going to point out the ones that she drew specially for you.
All right, so this one is how you've helped the GT program, and this is how you've helped the band program, and this is just a nice quote to keep you going.
And then we have Maddie and Foreman here to present you with a letter of appreciation and some flowers. Okay, and you guys come over here for this one.
And I want to thank you. Ms. Seberg was one of the very first faces that I saw when I joined Manassas City School, and it was such a welcoming face to have. So I enjoy seeing her continually. So I'm going to introduce our Student Council Advisor, Ms. Wines, who will share with you some of what the ladies have prepared.
So we also have a video, because we were lucky enough to have Maria kind of hijack some pictures of you from your younger years as well as your service for the city. Luckily for you, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, so maybe you can share it with everybody else. Or not, up to you. But we do have a poem that I mirror what Ms. Buckheit said. I also saw your face as one of the first people as joining the city of Manassas. And you have been a great leader for us and an inspiration, and we really appreciate everything that you have done. And I have with me our Student Council President, Mason Dayton, and then you know this lovely lady, Maria. And so Mason is going to read a poem that we felt like went hand in hand with you.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as far, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the ones less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
And that poem is by Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Yes. Musical chairs, sorry. Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mets and Mayfield. Mr. Williams? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the students and staff at Osborne, it's my privilege to say thank you and we appreciate you to Mr. Sanford Williams, who is one of the first friends that I made in Manassas City Public Schools. And I want to say to you on behalf of everyone, we want to thank you for your principled leadership, your tireless support, and your eternal advocacy, whether it's in the stands, in the field, at the pool, at after prom. You've been there through thick and thin, and we really appreciate that. So thank you for being a friend. And as Elton John said, our gift is our song, and this one is for you. And so this is a song by our center stage, and I think you know at least one of these members very well.
standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be.
Saturday night, come see them. We're going to competition.
All right, you know how to get up there. I can't see you. Okay. Should we? Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, we can get you on your own. We can just kind of kneel down there. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Make sure you get everybody. All right, here we go. This way. 1, 2, 3. Right here. 1, 2, 3.
Right, Ms. Weaver, can you get in the picture?
Do I deserve to be in this picture?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you all so much.
So as you can see, we have some very talented students in our schools, from literary works to artwork to music. We saw it all tonight, and the students worked extremely hard. As Ms. Garza and I were connecting with the different schools to talk about what they would do tonight, they were so excited to be able to share their gifts and their talents with us with regard to recognizing you all as school board members. And the amount of uniqueness that they put with each one is just amazing. And so we certainly thank all of the advisors and teachers and principals that worked with our students for these presentations tonight. So that concludes our school board recognitions. Did you want to say anything?